Metricoolers, welcome back to our Metricool course where we teach you everything you need to know about Metricool. If you haven't checked out the previous videos in our course, make sure to check out our YouTube channel. We have videos on a Metricool overview, how to create an account and connect all your social media platforms, as well as in-depth looks into our planner and analytics features. In today's specific video, we are going to go over pro content scheduling tips within Metricool. We're going to be specifically tackling our Autolists feature, how to import content using a CSV file, and how to create UTM links for link tracking. Don't forget that in the description box, we have a code so that you can try any of our premium plans 30 days for free. And with that, let's get on to those pro content scheduling tips. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about those content scheduling tips, those pro features that you may not necessarily know about or know how to use. So we're going to begin in the planning section. However, we are not going to touch the planner, at least for now. We're actually going to go over here to the left-hand pane and we're going to click on Autolists. So before I get into the nitty-gritty of what you can do with our Autolist feature, I'm going to explain what an Autolist is in case you don't know. So an Autolist is a really great functionality so that you can automate your social media content. It's essentially a running list that you can keep going forever, and it's great for evergreen content. You basically set the days and the times that you want the content to go out. It's scheduled for you, and then it's already automated in that list. Autolists are definitely an easier concept to understand once you see how they work and how to create one. So of course, I'm going to take you step by step on how to do that, and then it should make more sense if it doesn't currently right now. So before I go into the new Autolist button, I'm just going to show two of ours. So as you can see here, we have two that we consistently use, and you'll see that we have an enabled button. So these are on. And you'll see that this one specifically goes to Twitter and this one goes to Twitter and Facebook. You can see the number of posts we have in each of the auto lists and the next time that the next post is going to go out. And they're really great. I'll show you more of an in-depth look into those, but let's go into the new auto list for now. So I'm going to create one. This one is just going to be called test. So you're going to want to give your auto list a name, and then you're going to see on the right-hand side, you can pick the platforms you want your auto list to publish to. So like I said earlier, you can do it for just one specific platform like Twitter, or if you wanted to do Twitter and LinkedIn, Twitter and Facebook, we have one that is Twitter and Facebook. But like I said, this is completely customizable to you. So if you wanted to add multiple platforms, you could do that. And you'll see that as you add certain platforms, you will get those presets already put in. So for instance, Facebook will ask you the type of content like it is, if it's a post or if it's a reel. And you'll see that that happens for Instagram as well. For this specific example, I am just going to do Twitter, but just know that those presets will appear right here under the global presets. So for global presets, if you click that down arrow, you're going to see it's going to ask if you want to use a URL shortener and if you want your list to repeat. So for example, we would want our list to repeat because what we're going to be inputting is that evergreen content. Then you're going to go down here to timing. And this is where you can really customize how often you want your posts to go out. So let's say, for example, I wanted my posts to go out at noon every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday. That's set. Then if I wanted other posts to go out at a different time, I could set that. So you can customize this to however you like, depending on how much content you have in the list or how much you're consistently adding to it. So let's say I want more of an evening post to go out. So let's say I want a 7 p.m. post on Mondays and Tuesdays only. And you can just hit the buttons and it'll toggle it on and off for those days. And you can add more as you please. For this example, I'm just going to leave those two. And then you'll see here content of the auto list. So here is where you're going to have more of your options. So you can do insert post, you can do add post with AI, which is the newest. We'll tackle that last. You can do add from file with a CSV. You can download your auto list. So this would appear not grayed out if you did have a list in place. And you can do delete all, again, if you had content in the list. And you can even do a linked RSS feed. So I'm going to go ahead and go through all of these so you can get a good idea. So the first one and the most important is insert post because it is the basic of your auto list. So you're going to hit insert post and you'll see that a box appears. You'll also see some of those familiar planner features pop up here in the bottom, as well as a character count, because again, this one is specifically going to Twitter. So let's say, for example, I wanted my auto list to direct someone to the website. So I could put, have you opened your Metricool account? So we'll put that in. And then I can do, if you haven't, click here. And then I can go to Metricool, grab that link, paste it in. And this is the first post in the list. And this automatically saves as you're typing in. So there's no need to press anything else. Like, this is already your list compiled. It's ready to go, essentially. If you just wanted this specific tweet to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week at those specified times, it would. And there is the first piece of content in your auto list. If you wanted to go ahead and insert another post, it's going to insert at the top of the list. So you'll see here the box appears first, and it'll show you in the order that they're in, 1 or 2. You can go ahead and easily, swap items around. You can also hit add post to end, and that's going to create a box at the end. So like I said, these auto lists are super customizable to however you want your content to work. You can also, I'm going to go ahead and actually skip over add post with AI. I'll do that last since that is our newest feature, but I'm going to go to add from file CSV because we have found that this is a really popular functionality for people that do use CSV files. So you can add in your content, like your previously uploaded content that you've repurposed. If you have that in a nice set CSV file, you can go ahead and import that into the auto list really easy, making the time of planning your content so much shorter. So I'm going to click add from file, and it'll show you the instructions right here to how to prepare the CSV file if it is your first time working with it. We typically will use a Google Sheet for our CSV file, but all you need is 2 columns, and the first one needs to have the text of the post, and the second one is optional, and it can have the URL of an image. And then you can go ahead and click select file and import that CSV in. So as you can see, I have one ready here. I'm going to go ahead and import that. Because this is just for Twitter, it's just going to be the 1 column of text. So I'm going to import that in, and you'll see here that all of those were imported. You'll see the green check mark because they work, and then you can hit add CSV. So as you can see, this is the list nicely imported. I only actually had 3 examples in there for the purpose of this video, but I have my tweets prepared. You can see that they're all toggled on. And if I, for some reason, didn't want, let's say in the future, I didn't want this post, I can go ahead and easily delete it from the list. Or you can even just toggle it off if you don't want a specific post to go out for whatever reason. So you can hit off, and then that one will be skipped over in the list. But again, CSV files save you so much time, especially if you're repurposing that content. And you can do that with images as well. And then right here, you're going to see that this is no longer grayed out. Now it says download CSV because you have multiple items in your list. So you can go ahead and download that CSV file. And then you also have a delete all. So if I wanted to click on this, I could, and it'll ask you if you want to delete all the posts. You hit accept, and your list is clear again. And as you can see, the CSV and the delete are now grayed out because there's nothing in the list. I also want to touch on the linked RSS feed because it is a very cool feature. So if you click on linked RSS feed, it gives you the option to add an RSS feed to your auto list. So you would just have to put in that URL. So for example, if I wanted to put in the Metricool one, I would paste that in, and then I would hit search, and it's going to pull in those posts. So as you can see, it found 10 posts. It shows you the max characters. You can add a prefix or a suffix, which is just like a headline or an endline. And then you can go ahead and further customize by like toggling these on or off. So you can add new posts at the beginning of the auto list, or you can just toggle on add 10 previous posts. I'm just going to leave it like this. I hit save, and you'll see that these are all nicely added in, making it super, super easy. You can continue to build upon this list, or, you can pick and choose which ones you want to share, but another really easy way to input that content. And you'll see right here now that that RSS feed is linked here. And if you do want to, by some chance, easily remove all of it, you just hit that X, and then that linked feed is no longer linked, but you still have those posts. And you can, delete as you please. You can add more. It is no longer linked, though. That is the one thing. So if you would like to leave it linked, I wouldn't click that little trash can button. Lastly, we're going to go over adding posts with AI. This is our newest feature with our Autolist, and it is very similar to the AI feature in the planner. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it just to show you. So it's going to look the same as the AI in the planner, and it's going to ask you what you want to talk about. So these are nice because if you don't necessarily have a lot of content for your Autolist, if you were in need of a little bit of creative juices, you can ask this and it's going to pop out multiple examples for you to input into the Autolist. So let's say I want to talk about the importance of a content strategy. So I can put the importance of a content strategy. So you can select the length if you want it to be more of a headline, medium, or long. So I'm going to do headline because these are tweets. You can choose the tone of your text. So for me, I would like creative, and you can choose the number of posts that you wanted to spit out for your Autolist. So I'm just going to do 5. And if you are looking for a little bit more instruction, you can also click into this how to use it, and that'll pop up a nice box that'll tell you. So I'm going to click on generate text. It's going to think for a second. We're going to let the AI think. And then you'll see here, I have some really quick headlines. I can choose to import these all into the Autolist, so I can hit use text. So now that I click that use text, you'll see that they are added in at the end of the Autolist. You can decide if you want to keep all of them, if you only want to use 1 or 2 of them. It's completely up to you, but it is nice to have that AI help for those days that you maybe want a little bit more content out. And if it's not necessarily for Twitter, you can ask for longer pieces of content as well. It's not just headlines. Okay, now that we talked all about Autolists, I hope that that is easier for you to visualize and understand so that you can go ahead and create your own. They are really great for saving you time. Now we are going to switch gears a bit and actually go back into the actual planner of our dashboard, and we're going to talk about UTM links. So if you aren't familiar with what a UTM link is, it is essentially a link so that you can track where your traffic is coming from. So for example, let's say you want to direct someone to a specific page on your website. So instead of pasting that normal link that you would paste that is just a direct link to your website, this UTM link is going to have a few more parameters so that you can specify where that traffic is coming from. So if they saw this post on Twitter, the link would say it's from Twitter, and you could track that and know that, oh, this is doing well because of a post on Twitter. And that is an example of how you can use that information to track that data. So I'm going to show you an example post. So it's a very simple post, and it just says, want to know more about our smart links. Click here. And here you can see that I actually just have a regular link in there. So this is what you more than likely would normally do. But we are actually going to transform this into a UTM link. And the great thing about it is that we have a UTM builder directly within our planner now, so that you can go ahead and make those links as you are planning out your content and save you massive amounts of time. So I'm actually going to cut this link out, and I'm going to go down here to the little UTM builder button. You're going to click that, and you're going to see that there is a URL generator for campaigns. So it's going to ask you for the URL of the website, the source, the medium, the name of the campaign, the search term, and the content. So I'm going to actually clear these out. And these first 4 are required. These are optional, these last 2. So I'm only going to actually fill in those first 4. And you'll see that it gives you an example within once these are empty. So it'll show you this is the complete URL. This is the traffic source, example, Instagram, Facebook, the medium. So it could be email, banner, and the name of the advertising campaign. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in my smart links specific page. The traffic source, this is coming from Twitter. The marketing medium is social media, and the name of my campaign, I want it to be social media in English. And then I can click add, and there you go. That link is nice and created for you, and you can use that to track if that link is being clicked on from Twitter specifically. Like I said, we make it super easy to create them right within our planner, and it can do so much good if you are really into looking at the analytics and seeing what is and what isn't working, what platforms are performing the best for you. And it'll still show up as your normal type of link. It'll still show right here. As you can see in the corner, it looks the exact same as it did before. Just now it has different parameters so that you can, get really in depth with your traffic. The last thing that I do want to touch on is, since I did talk about those CSV capabilities in our Autolists, I do really quickly want to just touch on the CSV capabilities within the planner as well. As you can see, we do have an import export CSV button here as well. And you can do the same thing where you can export the CSV file of content you already have scheduled out, or you can import your own when you are doing that planning. So for example, accidentally clicked on Twitter. If I go back, this content that I have inputted right here, this is already done because of a CSV. So I'm going to actually show you with that same CSV file just to kind of give you an example. So let me go here. So here I will import the CSV. So as you can see, this is what it's going to look like. As long as you have the date format correctly, it should all import correctly on your own CSV. This one specifically has an error, so now I know that I need to fix that. But if it doesn't have any errors, you wouldn't get this notification here. And you can even preview what the posts are going to look like. So here are a couple of those previews. It'll show you the photo if there's a photo attached, as well as the caption. And if you click on import, it's going to go ahead and import those posts. You just wait, it imports them all, and you're good. That's it. Now 6 posts are imported. You click accept, and if we go back to this previous week, you'll see right there that they're all nicely in there. Of course, now I have duplicates since I already imported these posts, but this makes it another really easy way to use CSV files so that you can save time within our planner. We do have a free CSV template. If you are interested, that will be in the description box below if you would like to get started playing around with those CSV capabilities. Okay, we pretty much covered all of those pro content scheduling tips. We went over Autolists, UTM links, and the really great benefits of CSV files. I hope that this helped you learn about some maybe unknown features that you either didn't really have a lot of knowledge in or didn't even know about in general. I hope that you learned something new today, and hopefully you can use these to automate your content, track your links better, and save you some time, of course. Did you get all that? We know that this video was definitely jam-packed with information about our more advanced planning features, but we hope you try them out. Don't forget to use the code TRYFREE to try any of our Metricool premium plans for free for 30 days. That will be in the description box below, as well as timestamps if you need to refer back to a specific section. Don't forget to stay tuned for the next video. We are going to be tackling Metricool reporting. See you next time.